basically creators of wealth. Now let me tell you why. Let's take an example of Facebook, all right? Facebook is what? It's a company. They tell you it's worth $80 billion. Where can I go to buy a product that Facebook's made? Is there a store? Do they make a sweater? Do they make cars? Do they make airplanes? No. They create wealth. And the way that they create wealth is very interesting, because these young people have figured out how to use the internet. It's free. You got it. I got it. Everybody's got a website. They got one. Here's the difference. 800 million people use theirs, to the tune of 53 billion minutes last month. Are you listening to me? So they have convinced the world that you want to be on their website. And their levels of revenue are amazing, because advertisers go there. You go there and pay for things. You buy things. You rent songs. You rent videos. You take pictures. You send information. You text. And you pay for all of that along the way. So they have not only businesses, but they've cracked the consumer. And they're all doing it on a smartphone. Easy, portable, cheap. 95% of the world has it. So they have figured out how to do something, use something that's free. So don't think they're not bright. They're brighter than all of us sitting in this room. Now, what are they going to be like? Let me tell you some of the statistics. The statistics tell you that they spend an hour on Facebook a day at least, a half hour on Twitter, and basically they send 3,000 text messages a month. They live on their phones, and they recycle everything. That's why the phone 4 that's coming out by Apple will do just fine, because they don't keep anything very long. Everything is recyclable. They love the newest gadgets. They love anything that's different, that's new, that challenges them, that does something different. The ones that are 16 years old will tell you that they would rather have an iPhone than a driver's license if you give them a choice. If you hold them up, they'll give you their wallet because there's nothing in it, but they will not give you their iPhone because everything is in it. They don't care about privacy. Have you ever been on some of their websites? I care about privacy. You can get on and find out everything about me. All the bad stuff is true. All the other stuff that's good was exaggerated. I can tell you that. At the end of the day, I don't even know what it says because I never looked. But I know I have a daughter who lives in Palo Alto that works at Oracle and is a big project manager there, and her whole goddamn life story is up there anytime you want to read it. Everything. Who she likes, who she doesn't, her husband, if they're having a spat, if they're not having a spat, the kids, where they go to school, what they eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where they're going on a vacation, where they live, what she's doing in the house, her recipes, her crafts, everything. That's it. So they don't care. They share. And at the end of the day, here's what they're going to do. Here's the biggest thing about them. This is important. They would rather rent than buy. Let me tell you, they do. Think about it. They rent songs, they rent videos, they rent cars. They like to share cars. You know GM is coming out with a car company now that rent cars. And you know what they're going to do? GM has that OnStar system. They're going to put the system in so that people just have to use the phone, go up to the vehicle, and they'll be able to get in. Amazing. Think about that. I know young people that say, we don't need a car, we don't want one. We take the bus to work, basically down here to Silicon Valley, and when we're in the city, we get a limo, we get a cab, we bike, whatever. We rent a car from one of those car companies. Amazing. All right? So at the end of the day, this is why we have to talk to them about the asset called a home, because it creates wealth. Now, that's something they do understand. They understand that renting's nice, but renting doesn't create wealth. When you rent, you're a wealth user, not a wealth builder. Now, let's talk about what they're going to do, because that's the next thing that's going to basically shock you. Now, they are creators of wealth, and they're going to do it very differently than the parents did. So let me give you just 2 examples, because I think you have a lot of high-end clients here. You're going to have the multi-offer, which basically they have to understand it's a competition, and it's not going to appraise. And let me give you 2 stories. I'm in Palo Alto the other day, and this agent comes in. She's got a PhD software guy and a patent attorney in her office. And $860 for a house in Palo Alto, and he wants to bid $680, and there's 14 offers. Now, that's not going well, right? So I said, oh, I'll go talk to him. So I go in. And he said, oh, I seen on TV. I don't want to call on it. And he's got all this crap on the table. Typical software PhD engineer. They drive you crazy. And he says to me, you know, I don't mean to be unkind, but she's wrong and I'm right. I have all this research I've done. And you know what? I'd like to share it with you. What do you think? I said, you know what? I think you're absolutely right. And this agent is looking at me saying, you're supposed to help me. What the hell are you saying? I said, I believe you. Every statistic you have is perfect. Everything you've got down there is probably absolutely accurate to the penny. And he's puffing up thinking this is great. I said, but we do have one problem. He said, what is that? I said, it doesn't matter, diddly shit, and it absolutely has no relevance today. Why is that? I said, because that was yesterday's market, and today 14 people want this house. And I'm going to even do better for you. You know what I'm else going to tell you? She can't show you a comp that's going to show you 850. And it's not going to appraise for 850. And you know what else is going to happen to you? Tomorrow you're not going to get this house because you don't want to bid 850. You want to bid basically 6 something. And 13 people are going out tomorrow because they're not going to get this house either. And this house isn't going for 850, it's going to go for over 9. And you know what? You're now going to have to bid 900,000, which means not only is it not going to appraise, not only can I not show you a comp about why it will go up and why you should justify that, but you just lost 50,000 bucks sitting at this table and we didn't do anything. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's the reality of the situation. I said, so now, want to take a journey with me? Okay. I said, you want to play baseball or you want to play football? I want to play baseball. Oh, I said, we got another problem. You're trying to play football in the baseball diamond. And see, at 650, we got to go to East Palo Alto. I can find you a house there. But I don't want to live in East Palo Alto. And we got a problem. Because see, 850 is the entry price into the theater. Now, I didn't make that price. I can't justify it. I can't prove it.